Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sweetie Nail Supply YouTube channel. Today, we're taking a look at the newly released Doughy Moon Gel collection. This collection features 6 unique shades and we'll be using them to create a nail look, of course, but before we do that, let's swatch each one and see how they work. Starting off, we have shade number 1, which is a true white, and the way these polishes work is pretty cool. You apply a layer onto the nail, let it sit for a few seconds, and you'll start to see a wavy texture form. Next, we have shade number 2, which is slightly darker than the previous shade. As we swatch these, you'll notice that each of the polishes have a pearlescent finish. Since these do not leave a sticky layer behind after curing, you can also apply chrome powder directly on top to enhance that pearlescent finish. What makes these polishes so unique is that every application gives you a slightly different effect. You can apply a thin layer for a subtle look, or you can apply a thicker layer for a more dramatic texture that creates bigger holes, just like we're doing here. Shade number 5 is a warm pink with brown undertones. It's deeper than the 2 pink shades that we swatched earlier. You may also notice that the polishes have been numbered in order from light to dark. Last but not least, we have number 6, which is a light brown shade. Here are all 6 shades swatched side by side, and as you look at them, you may feel like the texture reminds you of a moon, which makes Moon Gel the perfect name for this collection. Now that we have the swatches done, we're going to show you a couple of designs you can do with these polishes, so let's go ahead and jump right into it and create today's nail set. To get started, we're going to take Doughy Nudie Pink and use this as a base shade. So we're only going to be applying one thin layer of this and then curing once we're done. Then for the fun part, we're taking shade number 3 from the Moon Gel collection and applying one thin layer of this, letting it sit for about 2 to 3 seconds so we can get that wavy texture. And instead of curing, we're going to be taking shade number 1, which is a white, and moving our thin liner brush in small S-like shapes. To give the nail a little more color, we're going to go in with the darkest shade of the collection, which is shade number 6, and move the brush in those same S-like motions. Here is what the nail looks like, so we're going to go ahead and pop this in an LED lamp to cure it, and it is recommended to do so for 60 seconds. Then we're going to take a matte top gel and apply one thin layer of this as well and cure. Here is what everything is looking like so far, but we will be adding some 3D chrome elements to these nails. And to do this, we're going to be taking the Bala Toy Gel, grabbing a little bit and rolling this into a long cylinder shape, kind of like a worm. Once we have a long piece, we're going to divide it into 3 sections because we will be doing the same exact design on the pointer finger and the ring finger and a similar design on the pinky finger. Grabbing our first piece, we're going to take this and put it right at the center of the nail and lay it down across evenly so we have one straight line. And we're going to get rid of those excess pieces that hang off to the side of the nail by taking our spatula and trimming them away. To add some sparkle to the nail, we'll be placing 2 rhinestones and 1 pearl at the edge, following the pattern rhinestone, pearl, then rhinestone. Once we have everything laid down, we are going to cure this. Then taking top gel and a thin liner brush, we're going to fully coat our 3D elements, including the pearl, so that we can get a metallic gold finish in the next steps. After curing, we're going to be applying a gold chrome powder with an applicator sponge and gently rubbing it all over the areas where we have laid down our top gel. To complete this design, we're going to do one last layer of the Doughy top gel to get a glossy finish. Here is what we have for our pointer finger, and we're going to be doing the exact same design on our ring finger, except for the pearls and rhinestones will be on the left-hand side. So let's go ahead and cure this and begin working on that. For the next design, the base color will be the exact same as the previous design, but we are going to be taking that Bala Toy Gel again, placing a small amount of it at the tip of the nail, molding it so each side is even, then laying down a rhinestone and curing. Then we're going to place top gel on the 3D element and cure once we're done. Next, we're going to be applying our gold chrome with an applicator sponge and then dusting away any excess chrome from the matte parts of the nail. To seal in the gold chrome, as well as add a glossy finish to the nail, we're going to apply a final layer of doughy top gel to the nail and then cure once we're done. For our last design, we will be doing things very similar to our first design. So we are using the doughy nudie pink as our base, then going in with shade number 3 from the Moon Gel collection and applying this about 3/4 of the way down on the nail. Before moving on to the next steps, we are going to take a flat brush and blend the harsh edges out. Once we're done, then we'll take shade number 1, which is our white, in a thin liner brush and create those S-like shapes on the nail. Just like we've done in the previous designs, we're going to be using shade number 6 to add a little more color to the nail by moving our liner brush in those same S-like shapes. Then blend out those edges again before curing. This design will also have 3D chrome elements to keep the set cohesive, so we're going to apply a matte top gel and then cure. Then we're going to take a little bit of the Valetoy gel again, roll it out into a long cylinder shape, but this time we're only going to cut it into 2 pieces. With our first piece, we're going to wrap it at the bottom half of the nail about 3/4 of the way down, right where that ombre ends. Then we're going to cut off the excess with our spatula. Then with our second piece, we're going to put it directly under the first, so now we have what looks like 2 rings going around the nail. Let's add a little bit more sparkle to this, so we're going to put 1 rhinestone right in the center of the first ring. And to get that metallic gold finish again, we're going to go in with the doughy top gel and fully coat the Valetoy gel. Once we're done, we're going to cure this and then take our gold chrome and an applicator sponge and fully cover the areas where we have laid down our top gel. We're dusting away any of the excess chrome with a big fluffy brush before going in with our final layer of top gel. We're going to go ahead and cure our thumb, and the same exact design will be on the middle finger, so we're going to repeat the process once again. So to go through the steps one last time, we'll be applying the doughy moon gel and then moving our thin liner brush in S-like shapes. Then we'll be blending the harsh edges so that we have an ombre, curing everything and then adding 3D elements, putting some chrome, and then sealing everything one last time with a glossy top gel. So that wraps up this video featuring the new Doughy Moon Gel collection, and we hope you liked it. So if you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. All the products we used in our nail art tutorial will be linked in the description box down below, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video.